Hello, everyone, and welcome to 1 in 6 Supports Friday group. We are very happy to have some presenters today who are going to be talking about direct service providers and home care providers. We have Benson Kahiu and we have Phane Mogaku. Mogaka, close. I was close.
Very good.
I was close. So I'm going to let you introduce yourselves and tell us what you do. And thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
And if you are here online, there are many of you online here. I just always want to remind people that if you do not want to be identified, please keep your video off and mute yourself so there's no external noise. And if you you can ask a question in the chat or you can speak up, but we do ask that if you want to keep your situation confidential, do not mention your name or your child's name because this is being recorded and it's going out to our entire group. So with that being said, thank you for coming and please introduce yourselves.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Thanks, Alma, for having us, and thanks, 1 and 6, for having us today. My name is Phane Mogaka. She got it right anyway. I am a registered nurse by trade, been doing it for over a decade, experience in all areas of life. Let's start from pediatrics all the way to geriatrics. My initial job the beginning of it was a DSP.
Okay, a direct
Support.
So we're gonna
Yes.
say all the
Direct support provider.
Yeah.
At a group home. So that's what pushed me into nursing.
And then just for those of us, can you say exactly what that does?
What is a direct support?
So for a direct support, these are individuals who care for, we call them clients in our world, but for our loved ones at a group home setting.
Okay.
So depending on how the house is situated, you could have 6 clients with 1, 2, 4, 6, depending on acuity. And for me, I started with the children group home. So our kids were the age of 14 and above. So that's my little synopsis. And
Yes.
this is Ben.
Yes. So my name is Benson. I've had the privilege to previously meet Alma, and we're definitely excited to be here. I'm the co-owner of a company called Roka Home Care Services. I'm gonna take a step back. Our history is we're co-owned. It's my wife and I. She's a boss. She's been the boss for the last 22 years, so she's still the boss. So we co-own a home care company that provides services to clients at home. We're both nurses. My background is being a nurse for the last 20 years. Worked in emergency department. Been an administrator recently, right here local at Mountainside Medical Center as a director of nursing. I have my doctorate, received it from Seton Hall. And I enjoy this. I enjoy meeting families, talking to clients, and collaborating. So Phane and I, people might say that, wow, two competitors. No, we're not. We're collaborating in order to provide better services to the general, to more people. So that's why we're here. So we're definitely excited to be here. Yeah.
Great.
We had some technical difficulties for everybody at home. We will disseminate the slides that we have at a later point, but what we share amongst us is we're both founded by nurses with a lot of clinical background. She has a lot of experience, more experience as a DSP and more experience in acute care hospital. So combined, we're bringing a lot of critical eye, a lot of experience. We both provide services by New Jersey DDD. New Jersey DDD is Division of Developmental Disabilities. So we are both approved providers. We approved also to provide home care services to adults, right? Non-DDD clients. What Phane does, and I'll be sending my staff to her, is she's approved to provide American Red Cross first aid and CPR services to families, to my staff, to anybody who wants that. So it's a benefit of collaboration whereby I know where to send my staff and I'm competent where I'm comfortable knowing they're gonna be competently trained by
And
Phane.
that is the only CPR class that DDD has approved for CPR. Not American
Yeah.
Heart, it's only Red Cross
Yeah.
that anybody who works under the services needs to have.
Okay.
So in terms of the DDD services that we provide, so we provide individual support. So individual support for you at home is where we're providing basic self-care, social developmental skills in the client's home. So my staff, Phane staff would come to your home and we have trained DSPs who would come provide ADLs, washing the teeth.
Full.
Oh,
What is that name?
activities of daily living.
Yes.
Yes, thank you for correcting me. So we'd help your family member, your loved one.
Question, is that only as part of DDD, or is that also, let's say, through Medicaid, through a provider?
So DDD is through Medicaid. Yeah.
No, meaning like if your child is not approved for DDD yet,
Yes.
Yeah.
would you be able to do it through Medicaid, through the provider?
So that is a different section. So insurance is wonderful in a very interesting way. So anybody below the age of 18, there's a special
My daughter
thing.
just turned 18.
They
Oh, okay.
So most of the individuals, some 18-year-olds, there is a group that they opened up that special, depending on the situation, their school does not continue making them thrive. They get approved early for DDD services. But at 18, they're under the school town, and that brings them in the children. So we are not in the children's sector unless the 18-year-old is approved for DDD services. So it's two different
Yeah, I'm
areas.
in the process, and I also asked because the insurance company has a separate arm
Yes.
that specifically, and she said she can get services.
Yeah.
So that's also why I asked.
Yeah. So we do have, depending on the situation of the other individual, there is medical individuals, right? So some of those do get both insurance hours, whether they're in DDD or not, and still get DDD services.
Right.
So the only limitation is DDD is a little bit more fun. Insurance is more structured.
Yes.
They're just coming there to provide the skill services, the nursing service, and they're out. But with DDD, we are out in the community. We are getting them included and stuff like that. So it's normally a peak of choice with the parent and actually knowing what you're looking for your loved one to thrive at the end of it all. Okay.
And I think we have some. Okay. Yes, I think it's by the door.
Yeah.
I'll wait for Alma.
No.
I'll keep going. Okay.
She's like,
So something else we provide, hello, Hawaii, is community-based support. So this is all about promoting thriving in the community. Some of our clients, and I love doing this. Yesterday, hello, how are you? We took a client from Summit to Morristown on the train. First time in maybe 2 years. Mom indicated, because she told the client who was autism in advance that you're going to be going on a train ride. She hasn't seen him this happy in a week or two. He had a blast.
And that's part of the service.
Part of the
That is
services.
amazing.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a 10, 11-minute ride. But to him,
Yeah,
it's like me
yeah.
going to the moon, right? It was super exciting. Yeah, just to see him. At the train station, he was patient, just waiting for the train to come. When he got into the train, he sat down, no issues whatsoever. That's part of our community-based support. Community inclusion is promoting participation and community integration. And we will be discussing about some of the activities that we do for community inclusion. Last service that we provide under DDD is respite. So this is where, as a family member, we want to give you a break, right? We'll come in, we'll provide services, normally not at home. It's normally
Right.
probably in a hotel or something, but we give you a break, right? Not indefinite. I've had
Not
some
indefinite.
families come and say, listen, I need a month. No, it's normally
said
like a
not at-
week. No, it's normally not at home. Yeah,
No, you can do
you
it
can
at home.
provide it,
Yeah.
but most families that I've encountered, they want you to take the family member somewhere.
So
Right.
we have incidents,
Yeah.
you going for
Mhm.
a wedding, right? We'll leave them home.
Yeah.
You're not there. That will be considered respite services.
Yes,
So respite services can be done anywhere, even in a hotel.
yes.
So
Oh,
the
yes.
parent can decide,
Yes,
yes,
it can.
Like
go with their child to a hotel,
Yes.
and then the parent leaves the hotel, and then the service
Mhm.
provider comes to the hotel.
Right,
Yes.
Wow.
In a different location?
in a different
Mm-hmm.
location.
So who would pay for them traveling with you?
So the thing is, it depends on how it's organized, and
Mhm.
it's all about the budget, right?
Okay.
So the parent will be like, "We are not going anywhere, but we want that piece.
Yeah.
We don't want them in a group home,
Mhm.
right? We want them somewhere." They'll be like, "I'll pay for the hotel.
I see.
You can." But sometimes the budget might be able to be wiggled depending on what the person, goods and services and
Yeah.
all that, to have those services there. So we do have, it's a big pot, but it's knowing, and unless somebody tells you what it
Okay.
is.
Yes. Yes.
Have you ever done it where, let's say, for instance, I have to go to a 3-day convention, and
Mhm.
my ex-husband can't switch weekends with me?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done that? Let's say, have you ever done something like that?
Yeah.
Out of state?
Out of state,
No.
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 Okay.
So no, so the client, so there's the waivers that need to happen
Mhm.
when a DSP is traveling out of state.
But it's
Right. It's possible. It's doable. This is all communication
It is.
with your support coordinators starting.
Yeah.
I've had people go
Mhm.
on cruises. I've had people go to
Mhm.
LA, anywhere.
Wow.
But this is like planning and knowing and advocating,
Yeah.
because not every support coordinator knows that this is doable.
Yeah.
Right? Because to be a support coordinator, there's no like education called support coordination.
right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, so they learn as they go, and DDD has expanded from the first time 15 years ago I started working in DDD world.
Mhm.
Things do change. So out of state will be something you would want to do 3,
Plan
4,
like
5
6
months.
in advance.
Right.
I was gonna say that the most important thing is planning. If you come in and say this weekend we have, that's a little tough.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
But as
Let's
long
go.
as it's advanced planning,
Yeah.
that works. Yeah. Hello,
Because they
how are you?
also have to approve it through the budget. The budget doesn't run in one day. They'll need like a day or two to adjust and all
Hello.
that stuff. Okay.
So as nurses, our strongest part is we're able to provide services to clients with medical acuity, right?
Medical what?
Medical acuity, any medical issue. So we have some clients who have seizures, epilepsy, who have a tracheostomy, who have a peg for feeding. We're trained nurses, right? Very comfortable in that setting. Not everybody is. Sure.
Yeah.
Would neurological disabilities fall under that umbrella?
Could, depending on the diagnosis
When did
Yeah.
it occur?
and when.
So we need to talk about the MCAT.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to explain how, when people,
NJCAT?
NJCAT,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The
Okay.
MCAT is like for.
For the med school?
Yes. I was
I'm sorry.
Let's go to med
I
school.
always mix them up. So if you want to explain about acuity and how one gets that status.
Okay. And actually in our previous, I think Alma, you brought it up as well.
Yes.
When you're doing the assessment in NJCAT, and I'm not sure what the CAT stands for. I know it's some form of assessment that you have to do.
But it's basically an assessment
Yes.
of your child
Mhm.
before they turn
21.
21.
And you have
Yes.
to fill out an application.
It is. It's a
and
long
you write
application.
your child.
Yes.
And it's very important. We've covered this, many
that-
times in this group.
Yes.
That's attention because my oldest is 12. I mean, not
No.
attention.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
I
I'm
listened.
about to do it.
We talked about it
Yeah.
last week, but it's an application where you have to fill out
Mhm.
how your child fares in many, many different categories
But on their worst day.
on their worst day. And you have to
Yes.
make sure that this is not the moment where you present them as a
The
perfect
prettiest.
child.
Yes.
You want to present them as though you want to answer the questions
Mhm.
as though you are not there prompting them or
Yes.
doing anything. Will they?
Yes.
Does your child shower by themselves? And a lot
No.
of people would say yes. But if you weren't there, would
Mhm.
your child go into the shower on their own?
Mhm.
Without
Would
being
they
told.
wash
Yeah.
their hair properly? Would they wash all their body parts? If you were not there prompting them, telling them no. So the answer is no.
Yes.
Not yes, they can shower by themselves with all that prompting. You have to pretend like you're not there. And would they do any of these things?
And that affects your budget.
And that affects
Yes,
your
it does.
budget because the less,
Hold
if
on.
they can't do these things,
Mhm.
your budget is higher
Yes,
so
it
that
is.
you get more services. So when we talk about acuity,
Mhm.
acuity is a letter after their
Their tier.
After
their
their tier.
tier. So the acuity, even though my son doesn't have he has a medical issue that will become a medical issue if he's not cared for.
Okay.
He has the highest acuity because
It's
if
there.
he's left
Doesn't
on his own,
Right.
he
It does
would-
exist.
yes, it does exist. So that's something, we can talk about later, but just when they're referring to acuity, that
Yes.
means a higher level of medical need, which gives your budget more money
And
for
it's both-
services.
And it's both medical or behavioral.
Yes.
needs.
Oh, both.
Yes.
And I have
All-
clients who have both.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have either medical, you have behavioral,
Yes.
or you have both. Huh?
Who does the assessment?
So this assessment is through Radicus. You do provide the information,
Mhm.
and then you go up front, and there will be, making sure, are you sure
Mhm.
this is what it is?
And just to clarify, oftentimes people will be given a way lower tier
Mhm.
and no acuity or a lower acuity, and you have to appeal.
Yes.
So and I always give this example, they gave my son a very low tier with no acuity,
It's just.
and he can't live independently.
Right.
And we were like, this is, so we had to go through an entire appeal process.
Yeah.
And then we got the correct one. So don't be deterred if you get a low tier, because you gotta go back and appeal and then you'll get it. And sometimes you have to bring in a lawyer, unfortunately, sometimes not. But do not accept that low tier because your child will not be cared for properly if you accept it.
And this is where
Yeah, that's why I'm walking over here.
Yeah.
Everybody can hear me, right? With my loud voice? Yes, okay.
My apologies if you covered this earlier today and
Sure.
I came in late, but
No, no, no.
thank you, Francie.
No
no,
problem.
no.
And with the NJ cut, that's why I say process starting at 18 is very important.
Yes.
Because your DDD services click in at 21. Some very rare occurrences, we start at 18. So at 18, you're approved, you're given a tier that does not make sense. You still have that time because they want you to appeal post 6 months, right? After 6 months of, you can't do it the next month. So when you're doing your NJ cut, put it in mind, after 6 months is when you're going to be able to reappeal it. So the earlier you start,
That's
The
what I'm gonna
better.
start
Yeah,
now.
the
I'm
better
doing
for you.
Yes.
Doing everything now.
Yes.
SSI.
Yeah.
And one important thing to know, which I didn't know, I had an SSI appointment. It was on the phone, and they were like, "Oh, is your daughter here? Can she talk?" I was like, "No, I told them when I made the appointment."
Mhm.
So if your child does not have the acuity
Mhm.
and you're making the SSI appointment, it needs to be in person
With the child.
with the child.
with the child. And then they're like, "Do you have guardianship?" I was like, "I haven't gotten to that part yet." So they said, "Okay, bring a letter from your doctor that has her name and date of birth." But guess what I'm bringing? I'm bringing that. I'm bringing my divorce papers. I'm bringing a social
Everything.
security card, birth certificate that has my name. So I'm bringing
Yes.
everything.
Everything
because,
all at
it's
once.
the government.
Mhm.
But it's important to know that if your child cannot answer these questions, it must be in person. I was fortunate that I got someone who I said, "Look, I'm not waiting another 2 months, 3 months for an appointment." So she got me in like 10 days later. So I'm actually going to go on the 11th and I'll report back
Thank you.
what happens.
Please do.
But yeah, so that was, she said they should have told me on the phone, but I explained her condition, but apparently it didn't go through.
The
So
whole SSI thing is a whole.
Yeah, SSI is you have to be relentless in contacting them to get in touch with them and are you approved? And if you're not approved, you have to go back. So
Mhm.
it's a grueling process, but we will help you all through it if you have questions.
Mhm.
yeah.
So once you have the necessary acuity, it determines what kind of services we're able to provide. So if you have a medical acuity, you have a tier with a letter after it. We're able to provide the nursing services. If you have a behavioral acuity or both, we have BCBAs on board certified behavioral analysts, and they come in and they assist in planning of processes or things that we need to do a little bit different. For example, I have a client with a behavioral acuity who now we're working on a process of having her independently shower, right? Right now it takes a long, long time. Mom always says, "Listen, this is a 1 hour ordeal," and she comes out with no water on her head. Yes, yes. So the BCBA in conjunction with the direct service professional, we're creating a plan. We're gonna start with, she's gonna go in the shower with a bathing suit, right? Go in the shower with a bathing suit. It's small incremental processes, right? and tell mom, stay in the living room for now. All right. Mom is always yes,
No yelling, no
yes.
hollering, no
Yelling,
nothing.
no hollering.
Put on my
No
headphones.
peeping.
Yes, yes. So based on the acuity, we're able to bring in a board-certified behavioral analyst.
Right.
So part of the things that we both do is we also provide home care services. Home care services is for anybody 18 and above who needs companion care, home health services, or nursing services, right? So this is non-DDD. What we're doing right now is private pay, whereby if we have somebody who needs help at home with going shopping, assistance at home, we're able to provide that services as well, right? Now, this is not approved through DDD.
Okay, just separate pay.
This is separate
Separate
pay.
pay.
Yes, yeah.
And you have a staff of providers?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Normally home health aid, certified home health aides, CHHs.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. As we did indicate, and this is specific to Phane, provides a CPR, first aid, and AED classes. And this is through AHA, which is the American Heart Association. And this is to anyone who needs the certification. I'm pro education, I'm pro preparing, just in case something happens at home. You want to know what to do, right? Instead of waiting for the ambulance to come 5 minutes,
Yeah.
be prepared, right? So for that, she does a phenomenal job on that. Yeah. So I'm gonna talk. She's gonna talk a little bit. Oh, she did
Yeah,
talk a
go
little
ahead.
bit about herself. So the screen, and I'm not able to share the screen right now.
You have the password now, but if I think it's too late.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's okay. We'll send the email.
Yes,
Okay.
we will disseminate this. Yeah. So Tinash Home Care Services. Phane is the CEO. She described herself. I would not do a better job describing her than she would. So I will not. How is
It's
Tinash?
Pinash Home Care Services.
Pinash.
Yeah,
I
NASH.
Do you have?
Yes,
I
I will
sent
give
you
it to
in
you.
the email.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why.
Check
Yeah,
your
put it in
spam.
the email with the links.
Yeah.
Both of your
Contact.
organizations.
Yes. Yeah.
And your contact.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if you save the email to contact in your contacts, then it also most likely will come in your inbox as well.
All right, let me check.
And I'll give you a business card.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll start with my wife. She's an advanced nurse practitioner. She's a CEO for the company. She's a cardiac at APN at Newark, Beth Israel. And as I indicated, I'm the director.
say again the name of your company.
Oh, Roka, ROKAH.
KAH.
Yes, yeah. So, who do we provide services to? Age requirement is 21 years or older, or special circumstances under the age of 21. The disability requirement is must have a developmental disability that originated before the age of 22, right? And that's why it's important to start the process at 18. Yeah. It is lifelong and substantially limits functioning in areas such as self-care, learning, mobility, communication, or independent living. And we're utilizing the DDD description of services that we provide. Where do we provide the services? The whole state of New Jersey, right? Middlesex, Essex County, and other Union counties and everywhere else. But statewide, we can provide services. So our combined focus is that we're led by top clinical leaders. And the reason we're collaborating is so we can share ideas, right? Skill with complex medical needs. We have an in-house BCBA, board certified behavioral analyst, for any clients with behavioral acuity. And community engagement. And I'm gonna discuss about our collaboration with the YMCA, not Montclair. I'm working on that. We're gonna get there soon.
Which one?
In Piscataway.
We got, yeah.
Oh, that's.
Yeah, it's a little off. Yeah, I had a meeting with Buddy Evans
He's in Montclair.
in Montclair.
He's
Yeah,
met up with the YMCA
yeah.
person.
I'm trying to bring one right here. But in the meantime, we have one in Piscataway.
They opened the doors first.
Yes. So, and I can skip this. So part of our processes in terms of when we are onboarding clients, and we spend a lot of time doing this, is spend a lot of time with a meet and greet. I spend an hour or two with the family. I do want to know what are your goals? What are your plans? What are you looking to achieve from us? The second thing is once you come on board, and now the families that we provide services to are getting tired of me because every week there's a check-in, right? I text, I call, or I show up at a convenient time. And why am I doing that? I want to find out how was last week, the services we provided, and what's the plan for next week, right? Last week we did this, the train, I don't think so, let's change to something else. Maintaining frequent contact is the only way I'm able to get information on how to improve the care that we provide. So I do keep in contact. I have a family member who told me, okay, twice a month is enough. I can't do every week. And I said, okay, that's fine. But we do a lot of frequent check-ins with family. So our collaboration is, and the slide is just discussing how ROCA, 1 in 6 support, and T-National Care Services can collaborate and work together.
Benson, I'm sorry,
Sure.
you said, you did say ABA, right?
Mm-hmm.
You did
Yes,
say, okay,
yes,
sorry,
yeah.
go ahead.
So we had an education session 2 weeks ago whereby the state of New Jersey, the transition director in Kechi, came in and did a presentation, a wonderful presentation. And I'm still waiting for slides so I can disseminate them. We're having another same setting whereby we bring in subject matter expert to come and talk to families or anybody about DDD processes, budget. So we had the state DDD transition director, we had support coordinators, we had an ABA therapist, and myself as a provider, just talking about, because not everybody knows everything about the process. Yeah. As you may be aware, DDD will hand you many pages to review and go over.
Figure yourself out.
To figure yourself out, yeah, for support coordination, for provider services. So what we do is we bring the subject matter experts to explain their strengths. So the DDD and Kechi came in and presented about the processes, sharing all the resources that they have. The support coordinator did the same thing, the ABA therapy as well. So we have another one coming up in March, on March 28th. This is in Little Falls. Yeah, so we're moving from Essex County now to Passaic County. We will be coming back to Essex County. This is my home.
And I just want to say, I have been to so many informational sessions, and I just keep going to them because it's a lot of information that I can't retain.
Yes.
And you always learn something new, and there are
DDD
so many
changes, yeah.
details about this that I just keep going over
I
and
know,
over
I'm
again.
interested to go again because I keep learning something
Yeah.
every single time.
It's a lot of
Especially
information.
now that I'm like in the process of doing all this.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
Benson just created one of these presentations, with multidisciplinary groups in West Orange a few weeks ago that I was a part of. And
Yes.
so it's great that you're creating these, periodically,
Yes.
locally, because you just keep learning and you have to stay on top of it.
Well, and it's always changing,
And
right?
it's
Yeah,
always
always
changing.
changing.
There's always update.
Yeah.
There's always updates.
Every week there's actually a provider update meeting.
Yeah.
Every week there's something
Wow.
new that comes up. So it could be directly impacted to maybe community based. Maybe the next time will be group home services, but there's always a change
Something,
happening.
yeah.
Yeah.
So joint community events, would love to do events together.
And they're
right?
free. So
Yes,
just
it's free.
come.
Nothing like free information.
Nothing like, yes. It's all about sharing any information that we have. So I do have from the event that we had 2 weeks ago, families reach out to me, 5 years old, 7-year-old is their family member. They will now be my client. So that's not the focus right now. It's just connecting them
Right.
with
The
what I
right-
think is the right pieces, right? So it's all about collaboration. And of course, client referrals at some point. We would
And
love
getting
to.
ready, even if, let's say,
Yes.
your kid is 12 or 13.
Yes.
Because I've been going to these since Gabby was young, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's 18, now I got to do all this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Kick you in the can a little bit,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
Yeah. So we definitely do believe in collaboration. Something else that we're also doing is we're getting like-minded providers like us. So right now we're in a group of 7 or 8 of us. Everybody has their strength.
I love it.
Yeah. So one provider services like us, and people say competitors. No, we're not. We are, but indirectly we can help more people. So I have a provider whose their strength is their physical therapists, right? So they have PT and OT.
Physical therapy.
Yeah. So they have PT and OT. That is their strength. I don't know much about PT/OT, but if I meet a family member who says, you know what, I need a great person, I know somebody you can call. And once I get those connections, it's somebody I can vouch for, somebody that I can put my family to be with them. Yes. So it's good to get this collaboration, and we meet once a month virtually and stuff like that. So collaboration, I believe, helps, right? So advocacy, and this is something that 1 in 6 and Roka and Tinash can do, is joint engagement in family support groups and community advocacy. I'm hoping we can end up at the YMCA, whereby, and we want to do weekly sessions, community inclusion, weekly educational session, weekly community sessions. This is, for me, it's my community, right?
If not Montclair, where's the next closest YMCA? If they want to
So they're in, this is what we found out.
Yeah.
YMCAs are in charters.
Yes.
So it's a group of 3 or 4.
Yes.
So for us to be able to partner with them, we need to be at least in one of their per charter
Right.
so that we can be able to get into them.
Okay.
So as you,
There's a
there's
Livingston.
a
Oh,
Livingston.
Livingston.
Yeah.
There's a
Livingston may be more open because there's a lot of services
Yeah.
that come out through Livingston.
Yeah.
been in contact with them. There's one in Madison. Been in
That's far.
contact. Yeah, it does take some
It's
time
not
to create
easy.
the connections.
There's not
Yeah.
open, because I know they're super busy, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to think where they put that time in.
And Livingston is building a brand new
That-
state-of-the-art
that-
YMCA. Yeah, opening up, I think December this year.
Oh, really?
Beautiful, huge, right opposite the West Essex facility. So
Oh.
we will, whichever YMCA will collaborate with us. Or both.
Check out the
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And-
our
yeah.
little synopsis about the YMCA, this is
Yeah.
what we came about with. It's community inclusion.
Yes.
UDD has community-based, community inclusion, all that
Mhm.
good stuff, right? And this is all in budget oriented. And I
Yes.
look at we graduate 1821, right?
Mhm.
We were going to places. They kept busy in schools, right? Most of the schools who deal with our population, they do keep them busy well. And even the YMCA we got into Piscataway, they told us they have a class coming there every day through the 5 days. Then what happens once they graduate?
Good job.
It's dropped.
Mhm.
So we want to keep them out in the community. We have to make them thrive. And that's why New Jersey was big in shutting down North Jersey. If anybody knows about that, that was a state facility that had all this population in there. That's when community-based services kicked up after they shut down New Jersey. They've shut down parts of Greyston.
Where?
Greyston,
Greyston
you had of
Greystone?
yes,
Yeah.
Greyston
What
is
do
also
they do again?
Inpatient psychiatry.
inpatient psychiatry.
Okay.
So most of this
In-
population, they were getting them and they were putting them in state institutions. When you're in state institution, it's just military work. You get up, you do this, you do this, you do this. So when you bring them to the community, they were not integrated. Not because they cannot be in the community, it's because they were never exposed to it.
Yeah.
So community-based is a great thing. Most family members that I meet who their individuals are like 40, 30, 50, they don't know much about community-based services. Because when they got into DDD,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
never.
It did not
Exactly. So most of them are like, oh, I don't want to put my child in a group home. Well, you don't.
Yeah.
We have clients who stay way home when their parents are way gone. It's all about planning.
Yeah.
It's having the guardianship. Please do your guardianship. You don't want them being out of the state. It's a bad thing. And when you're gone, you kind of have that structure that you know it's gonna get fulfilled.
Yeah.
But when you don't have that guardianship and handed it to somebody else who you believe in,
Yeah.
they end up being out of the state. The first place they will put them is in a group home, not even a group home. They'll put them in a nursing home before they can find them a place in a group home. I have personally worked as a nurse administrator for a group home company, and we had to go and do these evaluations and bring them out of the nursing home. But they've gotten to a point that you can't really tip the cup back to bringing them in the community, right? So group home is not the end. Facilities is not always the goal. I think being in the community is the best. Not everybody goes and wants to go to daycare or day program in the morning. Not everybody's caught up for that.
Yeah.
That's where the community-based services come in. You have that budget instead of every morning fighting with James or John or Mary, get up, go to the day program. Oh, no worries, we'll go to the mall.
Yeah.
We'll
And
do
you can
this.
have a combination of both.
Yeah, and you
Very
can,
That
important.
sounds
yeah.
like my daughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
For day program,
Mhm.
2-3 days.
and the other days you
You
choose what you want to do.
do.
I want to go have a yoga class.
Right.
I want to have a cooking class. I
Mhm.
want to do
Yeah.
film, be in a film
Anything.
club.
Right.
You can combine the
So
services.
yeah, you can combine whatever it's making them thrive. You don't want them being miserable going. I've had people running away from day program
Yeah.
because they don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? But
Yeah.
that's the only way they can
You
accept.
gotta be there.
Like so much.
Yeah.
No, but one advantage of community support, it's a one-to-one,
Yeah.
right? Versus in the
It's
in the
6,
day.
yeah, 6 or it's a 6, either 6-1 or 8-1,
Yeah.
depending on the services and the acuity of the patient, right? Or the client. So that's why sometimes, depending on what you're looking for that one attention, community-based is for you,
Yes.
right? Doesn't mean they're not going to be a part of the group. So that's why we come in with the community inclusion, where we're going to have this karaoke nights. We're going to have St. Patrick's Party. We're going to have Valentine's. We're going to have pre-prom, post-prom. All those things, they're going to get to do it even if they're not going to the day program, or even if they're going to the day program.
Yeah.
We're going to put it in the hours post-day program. So they can be,
Mm-hmm.
the more exposure, the best. What I liked about Piscataway, they do have a sensory room.
They
They
do.
have a sensory room.
Yes, so they're already
Yes.
they're already working about,
They get it.
They get it.
they're getting
Exactly.
it. Yeah, they're getting it. And that's why we were excited when they offered us this opportunity. So I know it's in Middlesex. I personally live in Sussex in the bush, but we're trying to bring it to
Yes.
whoever is receptive. They need to know that it exists. We are here.
Yeah.
When we're nowhere to go.
And the direct service providers can drive them
Right.
to
Yes.
Piscataway.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
So it's a 2-hour, we are doing 2-hour sessions because we know attention span is not always the best.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have different sessions where if you don't want to sing karaoke, you can do your art over there.
Yeah.
You can do beading and also including just fun. Let them get out and be out and get to do something. Already, it's a safe zone. YMCA, of course, people are CPR trained. There's security there, so for parents, it should feel as a safe place.
Yes.
It's not outside in whatever. They know where they are, and this can be covered under the DDD budget.
Yes.
You don't have to come out of pocket for it. So it's a good aspect of the day-to-day living.
So hopefully soon we'll get it at Montclair as well.
We're still knocking the door.
Yes.
We're gonna push it.
Oh, we're still knocking the door.
Okay, so
You
appreciate that.
offering your services in other places that are so public, such as like I don't know if this would work for you, but it just came to mind, like the Jewish Community Center
I
in
was gonna
Livingston.
say-
JCC.
Yeah.
Yeah, the JCC. They might have a lot of
So
would be
I think
people,
it
and
was
they
this
might
one.
even attract
It
new
is this one.
members.
Yeah.
It might be a really great source for this collaboration.
No, I believe because my first meeting last year was at JCC West, right here in West Orange, and I believe they may have something
similar.
They
something
have a
similar.
program, 'cause before
Yes.
my daughter was younger, we went to a program.
Yes.
too.
Yes. So they were very interested in my providing individual support, community-based support versus the community inclusion.
Sure.
Yeah, they were more interested in that aspect
They don't, yeah.
because they may have something.
They have some sort of
Yes.
inclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to be mindful of time.
Yes.
10:54.
Yes.
You ended 11 people.
So that's my
That's
that's
it.
normally the end of the slide.
He's clapping for himself.
Oh,
That is. So
Yeah.
we'll disseminate this, but I always like to leave a couple of minutes for comments, question, and input. We're looking to grow, we're looking to change, we're looking to make the services that we provide the best out there. And for that, we need input from family, right?
What are they looking for?
What are you looking for and stuff like that?
do you have any people who speak different languages? Because we have people who speak Spanish,
Yes.
Arabic.
So that's part of as we're growing. I'm bringing in people who speak different languages. I'm multilingual, but I haven't found somebody who speaks Swahili as a client. You do. Yay.
you.
All right. Yes. Yes,
Yes.
but that's part of our process is to bring multilingual stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, anything in the chat?
Any
No,
No, okay.
you answered the.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So anybody in the room, if you had any questions, and we're open to having more and more meetings like this, just let us know. We'll come in.
Any
Just
questions?
a thought of
Sure.
another possible connection.
Mhm.
Again, I have no idea if this is appropriate or suitable.
Yeah.
But there's something called the Jewish Family Service in
JFS.
Passaic. And
Oh,
they
see.
provide all kinds of services, not just to Jews,
Okay.
to
Mhm.
anybody who comes.
Yes.
Okay.
And they like will help people with applying for Medicare or Medicaid. They help with searching for jobs, and they have people working also part-time to help people that come
Mhm.
do these things.
Okay.
And maybe they could also
I would
benefit
love.
from
Yes.
your knowledge and your services.
So JFS in Piscataway. Okay. We can definitely
In what,
reach out.
Passaic?
In Passaic?
They're in Passaic, but it's called, because they moved there, I understand, but it's called the Jewish Family Service of Clifton.
Oh, okay.
At
Okay.
JFS, there's JFSs all over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the Metro West one.
So there's one
Yeah.
that was Clifton and now it's in Passaic, but it's
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
So they provide services to help people, and I don't think they have anything. I've seen their website. I don't think they
Love
have anything
to.
like this.
We would love
What
to
are you thinking?
definitely.
Ask you a few questions after this. I don't want to take up.
Oh, gotcha.
Of course, thank you.
Yeah.
Of course.
And we'll definitely reach. We don't have a contact on that JFS, but we'll definitely reach out and see. Yeah. To schedule an introductory meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good idea. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Well, thank you for coming,
Yes.
and everybody has your contact. We
Yes.
sent it out, and we
Yes.
will record it, send this out to everyone.
Yes.
But thank you so much. This is great
you.
information, very useful for our population. Thank you, everyone, for coming online, and we will have this recorded. Thanks so much.